In this video, we will work on 7 ideas and I leave 7 homeworks related to PRIMES Math Problem Set 2023-2022. We will work on problem here G3. We will solve this. And there are around 40-50 important formulas and ideas in each topic: geometry, combinatorics, algebra, number theory. If you want to learn them, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description comments. Okay, idea 1. Idea 2, idea 3, idea 4, I will tell you, then we will solve this problem. And for solving this, I will tell you another idea, unit circle, idea 5, idea 6 in trigonometry, idea 7. And after that, one homework here we have, and I will leave 6 other homeworks. So we have 7 homeworks. If you want to know the solution of homeworks or want to learn more ideas or want to work on other problems of MIT primes or other math exams, if you want to prepare, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description and comments. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's try. For example, here can work on problem 3, G3. It says suppose that alpha and beta are distinct solutions of x to the 2023 minus 1 equal to 0 in the complex plane, and that alpha and beta have been randomly selected. What's the probability that the following inequality holds? Absolute value of alpha plus beta squared greater than or equal to plus root 3. Okay, let's work on this problem. At first, I should tell you polar form of a complex number. Okay, polar form is what? Suppose we have something like this. It is our z. Now I want to write it in two forms. Let's consider, for example, this imaginary part, real part. Okay, let's write real part here, imaginary part here. So this part is real part. Let's consider it is x, it is y. On this angle is theta. We can write z equals x plus iy or rei theta, which r is length here. Now, so it is idea 1 that to learn how to write these things in terms of each other. X is what? Suppose we have this, we want to find x and y. X is what in terms of r and theta? Try first on your own. Okay, if we consider this triangle, x equal to r cosine theta, and y equals what? Positivity, and find this. It is r sine theta. Now, suppose we have x and y, we want to find r and theta. Find r and theta first on your own. Okay, by Pythagorean theorem here, it is x, it is y. So r equals square root of x squared plus y squared. Now calculate theta on your own in terms of x and y. Okay, tan theta equals tan inverse of y over x. Now let me tell you, if for example z was here, again we reach same tangent because tangent theta equals tangent theta plus pi. So how can we understand that it is this one or this one? By considering x and y, you should see sign of x and y positive if both of them positive, it is here, for example, if both of them negative here. Also for these two quadrant, we can say same thing. So by sign of x or sign of y, you can find that it is which of them. Okay, it is polar form. Now, idea 2. I want to find Zn equals 1, okay? How many roots are there? N roots. So, for example, for z squared, it is equal to 1, so 2 roots. Z equals plus minus 1. For example, if z cubed is 1, we can say, okay, z cubed minus 1 is 0, we can factorize. So try to find 3 roots of z here, first on your own. Okay, here we can factorize. Let me write I3. In general, an minus bn equals a minus b times an minus 1 plus an minus 2b, 2b to the n. You should decrease power of a and increase power of b. Also for plus an plus bn, when n is odd, we have a factorization. Try to find it as homework 1. Okay, now here It is z minus 1 times z squared plus z plus 1. Okay, like this. A is z, b is 1. Equal to 0. Now, when we want to solve this, we say z minus 1 is 0 or z squared plus z plus 1 is 0. For this one, z is 1. For this one, idea 4 quadratic equation. When we have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, then x equals negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You should memorize this formula. So z equals negative 1 plus minus square root of 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1 over 2. So it is negative 1 plus minus root negative 3 over 2. We know I equals root negative 1, so it will be negative 1 plus minus I root 3 over 2. Okay? Now that we've learned these things, we can also work on polar form that I've told you here. Try to work, find answers in polar form, and then try to find Zn equals 1. What are the n roots? Try first on your own. Okay, so let's see for n3. The polar form will be what? Then we try to solve it for polar for n, general n. Okay, so here for n3 the roots are what? One root is 1, so we can say, let's see. Okay, one answer is 1, and the other two answers are negative plus I root 3 and over 2, and negative 1 minus I root 3 over 2. So let's draw them. It is this. If we draw here, 68, okay. They will be these answers. And let's see why. Because here, look, it is what? Negative 1 plus, or let's write this. Z1 is negative 1 plus I root 3 over 2. It is Z1. And Z2 equals negative 1 minus I root 3 over 2, okay? It is Z2. So, for Z1, this part is what? Is, if we, for both of them, the x is negative 1 over 2, and this part is what? Is root 3 over 2. So if we calculate this, if we want to find this angle, it is root 3 over 2. Negative 1 over 2, if we write Pythagorean theorem, this is 1 half, this is root 3 over 2, it is 1. And because this part is 1 half, this angle is what? 30. Okay? And as you can see, it is 120 degree. This angle also, similarly, if we calculate this, is 120. And because the whole part is 360, this one is also 120. So we will understand that you should divide this 360 to 3 parts, 3 equal parts, and length of all of them is 1. And they will be our roots. So we can say here in this case, z equals to e to the I 2 pi, or we can say 120 degree, 2 pi over 3 times k, which k can be from 0 to 2, okay? If k is 0, it will be this. If k is 1, it will be this. If k is 2, it will be this, okay? Now for zn equals 1, we can say z equals e to the, try to find it on your own first. Okay, here it will be e to the I 2 pi over n times k, which k is at least 0 and n minus 1. And if you want to show the diagram, let me open the page. Okay, it will be like a, so let's write this. It will be like a circle with radius 1, and it is 1. The next one, you should divide it to these 2 pi to n parts. The first one is e to the 2 pi over n. The next one is e to the I 4 pi over n. And last one, this one is e to the I 2 pi over n times n minus 1. And for this one, n is It is e to the I 2 pi over n times 0. Okay, so we have n answers like this. These are our answers. Now, idea 1, idea 2, 3, 4, and we found this. Now, let's focus on the problem. Okay, here, because it is x to the 2023 equals 1 minus 1, 0, so equals 1. So the answers are what? E to the I 2 pi over 2023 times k, which k is at least 0, at most 2022. Why? Because of this part, okay? Because of this part, we can say this. Now let's draw it. Okay, suppose, for example, we select two roots here. Then we want to see some of these two things squared will be what? It is like vector, so we should draw like this. Let me show it is what length 82, 58, 82, 58. Okay, something like this. And some of the vectors here we should calculate this one, and you should calculate the probability of this length squared greater than equal to this. Now, let's focus on finding this length here. For calculating these, there are two roots. We want to see under what case this length squared is greater than equal to plus root 3. Without loss of generality, we can consider one of the roots is this, and the other one is here. For example, this plus this, something like this. Or for example, this plus this. You draw something like this. Okay? So let's consider, for example, one of the roots equal to this. Okay, so one of them is this, one of them is this. And now we want to consider this one, suppose it is z. So if this angle is theta, it is 1, it is 1, it is 1, it is 1. Try to find z in terms of theta. Okay, try first on your own. Okay, so if we calculate, it is 1, it is 1. Okay, and it is 1, it is 1. These two triangles are what? Are congruent. Okay, so because they are congruent, we can say, okay, it is theta over 2, theta over 2. So if we draw, it will be something like this. Okay, and we write this angle as theta over 2. If we draw a perpendicular, we can say what? Let me draw a perpendicular. This length is 1. This length is cos theta over 2. So it means this. If we draw this length is cos theta over 2. So the whole part is what? 2 cos theta over 2. So z equals what? 2 cos theta over 2. Okay, now let's replace. Alpha plus beta is z. And absolute value of here, let me tell you, it's better to write absolute value of z is 2 cos theta over 2 because we've calculated the length of this. In general, if you want to say z is what? Z is 2 cos theta over 2 e to the I theta over 2, okay? The form, polar form. But here we want to find length because of this part. Absolute value of a complex number means length of that. Z squared should be greater than equal to 2 plus root 3. So z squared should be greater than equal to 2 plus root 3. And z squared here will be what? Will be 4 cos squared theta over 2. Now we can say cos squared theta over 2 is greater than equal to 2 plus root 3 over 4. Now here we can say something. We can say, okay, without loss of generality, we can consider theta is from 0 to 180, okay? Because if, for example, the root is here, we don't calculate this part. We consider this part, and again, we calculate z like this, okay? So, theta is from 0 to, greater, strictly greater than 0, because it says two distinct roots, the problem says here. So theta is greater than 0. Let's now recall 180, okay? Degree. Now, we want to consider this. So theta over 2 will be between what and what? 0 to 90. Okay, so what can we say here? Look, always imagine unit circle when you want to solve problems like this. Idea 5. Unit circle. In first problems, you can draw it, but after solving some problems, you can only imagine that. So here, when it is from 0 to 90, cos is this x-axis, so horizontal line. When you increase theta, cos will be decreased, okay? So here I can say cos theta over 2 because cos is positive is greater than equal to square root of, or you can write like this. Square root of 2 plus root 3 over 2. Okay, also we can divide more if you want. How? Look, 1 plus root 3 squared is what? Is 1 plus 3 plus 2 root 3. So it is 4 plus 2 root 3. As you can see, it is twice this part. So I can say, I can divide both, I can multiply both numerator and denominator by root 2. So it will be 4 plus 2 root 3. And if you use this part, it will be 1 plus root 3 over what? Over 2 root 2. And then we can say cos theta over 2 is greater than equal. You can also rationalize root 2 plus root 6. We can multiply both numerator and denominator by root 2 over 4. Now, because cos theta over 2 greater than equal this, we should find this cos of which angle. You can use calculator, it is allowed, but suppose for example it is in Olympiad math exam, you cannot use calculator. Let me show you how you can calculate this. Idea 6. Cos alpha plus beta equals cos alpha cos beta minus sine alpha sine beta, okay? And if you want to calculate cos, for example, 15, you can say cos 45 minus 30, okay? So it will be what? It will be cos 45 cos negative 30 minus sine 45 sine negative 30, okay? So idea 7, cos negative alpha equals cos alpha, and sine negative alpha equals sine alpha. So now try to find cos 15 first on your own. Okay, let's calculate. It is what? Cos 45, sine 45, both of them are root 2 over 2. Cos negative 30 is cos 30, which is root 3 over 2, minus root 2 over 2. Sine negative 30 is minus, so it will be plus times 1 half. So it will be root 6 plus root 2 over 4. Root 6 plus root 2 over 4 is exactly this. So it is equal to what? Cos 15. Okay, now we pay attention to unit circle. When, for example, cos 15 is here, 15 degrees. When cos is greater than this, so it should be here. So the angle will be what? Less than 15 or greater than 15, less than 15, okay? So we can conclude theta over 2 is less than or equal 15 degrees. Okay, so theta is less than or equal 30 degrees. Now, here, this angle is theta. So let's consider this part, see up to how many of these things. So look, we have also from here that you can calculate, but if you consider from only this part to here, then we don't need to divide by 2. I will explain after this. So let's see for this theta, how many of the points are okay. So we said the formula is what? 2 pi over 2023 times k. 2 pi over 2023 times k. We want that this angle, it is our theta. We want that this angle be less than or equal 30 degrees. So 30 degree, because here it is 30 degree, here you can write 360. Okay. Now we can divide both sides by 10. We can divide both sides by 3. It will be 12. So we can conclude k is less than or equal 2023 over 12. Okay. So if we divide 2023 by 12, it will be 1, 12, 82. 6 times 12, 72. It will be 10, 103. So it's 8 times that, 96. So it will be 7. Okay, so it will be what? It will be 168 point something. Now we can say what? If the two things we have, if their difference is less than or equal 168, it will be okay. Okay? Okay. Now that you know this, try to find the probability that we want to select two of them. The denominator is so much easy. How many roots are there? 2023. The denominator is something, choose something, try to find. It is what, choose what, and find numerator. Try first on your own. Okay, so denominator will be, because we have 2023 roots, and you should select two distinct roots, 2023, choose two. And the numerator is for each point. Look, we know that here we have up to 168, and here we can select up to 168. But we only consider counterclockwise. Then we want, for example, look, if we want to select this and this, from this point we will calculate it counterclockwise, okay? Then we don't need to divide it by 2, so it will be 2023 times 168. And if we divide it, let's write it's 2023 times 168. The denominator is 2023 times 2022 over 2, which is 1011. Okay, now try to simplify. So if you simplify, these two things will be cancelled. It will be 168 over this. So both of them are multiple of 3. So if you divide by 3, it will be 5, 18, 6, 56. If you divide it by 3, it will be 3, 20, 11, 3, 27, 3. Okay, 56 over 337. 56 is not multiple of 2 to simplify. 56 is multiple of 2, but 337 not. 56 is multiple of 7. 337 is multiple of 7 or not. 28, no. So the most simplified term is this. We worked on how many ideas? 6, 7 ideas. How many homeworks did we have? Let's check one homework I told you here. Let me tell you some related homeworks to get good at these things. Homework 2. Okay. Okay, one problem you can solve is this problem 13. AMC 2022 12A. Here, AMC 12A 2022 Q13. Okay, you can solve also these homeworks 2 to homework 2 to homework 7. From AMC problems, the ideas are similar. Polar form, complex numbers. Okay, so we worked on how many ideas? 7 ideas, and okay, 7 ideas and 7 homeworks. Okay. Okay, if you want to know the solution of other problems or want to learn more ideas, there are around 40, 50 important formulas and ideas. If you want to learn them, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number in the description comments. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Bye.